Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with grade 9th. Long awaited. There are many children who ask for grade 9th videos again and again. मैम 9th के लिए बना दो, मैम 9th की class की videos बना दो. So it is for CBSE, ICSE both. There are a few chapters which are same in both. So I'll write for which it is, but abhi we are this chapter is there for both. So we are going to discuss the first chapter, that is the cell, the unit of life or the fundamental unit of life. In this video I'll be explaining you what all things are important from the first two pages. Generally we leave first two pages because it has all the introductory part and all. So we'll be talking about the major inventions which come in 1 mark. We'll be talking about the division of cells on the basis of size, on the basis of number of cells in an organism, and then we will be discussing that how the cells, they have different shapes. What is the importance of that? So I'll be discussing these three important topics here from the chapter cell today. So keep watching, watch the video till the end. Please share it as much as possible. Subscribe the channel if not subscribed, and please tell your fellow mates. If you are in grade 10th, tell your juniors that I have started with grade 9th. They can subscribe the channel. I'll be making the videos in a sequence starting from chapter 1. So we'll start now. First of all, the discoveries. These are the 4 major discoveries which you must know, which generally come in the exam. Who discovered the cell? Robert Hooke. Microscope was invented by Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Nucleus by Robert Brown, and cell theory was given by Schweden and Schwann. Yes, we will be talking about cell theory as well. Now, without wasting time, I'll start with the topic. So the first thing which we want to know, I'll just bracket it out. So the first thing which we want to know here, or we must know here, is that what are the various bases on which the cells are divided. I'll go थोड़ा सा slow. कुछ बच्चे बोलते हैं मामा बहुत fast बोलते हो. So I'll just try to. मेरा थोड़ा pace वैसा है. Okay. So first of all, the organisms on basis of number of cells. पहला ये division है. This is the first division. Fine. So how do we categorize the organisms on the basis of number of cells? Very simple. Unicellular. लेकिन इसमें learn करने का क्या है? That you need to learn multicellular. Even there are the ones who are few celled. Fine. So uni, multi and few celled organisms. Unicellular organisms, if examples are very very important. ऐसा नहीं है, you know that unicellular, uni means one, multi means many, few means जिसमें ना बहुत ज़्यादा ना one, बीच बीच का, like 4 to 5, 6 to 7, this kind of. So uni, multi and few celled. Unicellular example, amoeba, paramecium. There are multiple, so please learn those examples. Chlamydomonas. Multicellular, V. So animals, you can write any animal, you can write human. Few celled, Spirogyra. Fine. So Spirogyra, Volvox, Eulothorax. So there are many which are few celled. There are a few examples, very important. There are at least 2 to 3 examples given in your book. Please learn them all. So this is the first category, organisms on the basis of the number of cells present in them. Second is the division on the basis of size. Very important. It comes as 1 mark question. So cells on basis of their size. So how do we categorize them? The first one is the one which is the smallest cell. The smallest, largest and longest. अब यहाँ पे बच्चे दे commit one mistake है, गलती करते हैं. Largest और longest में difference नहीं समझते, they confuse. Longest, long, length. Largest, large, volume. So long, large, long, large. You learn it like this. So again, examples are very important. Smallest के अंदर many bacterial cells. Even the RBCs of our body will also be considered because they are also cells. Largest, बड़ा. ostrich egg. Longest nerve cell, and to be more specific, elephant's nerve cell. Longest. Fine. So these are the divisions or the categories on the basis of the size of the cell. Smallest, largest and longest cell. Smallest, largest, longest. Fine. So this is the second basis on which we categorize the organisms. Now we move to one of the very important part which comes as a full-fledged question as well. I'll tell you the history behind that also. Now I'll tell you a small story. There were two scientists, one botanist. Botanists are the ones who work on plants, and one zoologist. Zoologists are the ones who work on animals. So in different parts of the world, there was one botanist, one zoologist. Both of them were working on cells. And both of them concluded something which was similar. Fine. And their conclusions were summed up under the heading cell theory. Cell theory. Very important. Who gave cell theory? Cell theory was given by Schweden and Schwann. Fine, Matthias Schweden, someone Schwann, please learn that. Theodor Schwann and Matthias Schweden. So cell theory was given by these two scientists. Always remember, beta, when you are writing a one marker question or one mark question, it is very, very important that the spelling should be correct. So please, when you refer to anything, please do the reference from your book, specifically the names or the spellings from your book. So cell theory, I'll talk about the various points. Now, what were the various points which were discussed in cell theory? The first point which was discussed is that all organisms are made up of cells. And the next was cell is the basic unit of life. Now these were the 2 points which were given by them. मतलब ये 2 point उन दोनों ने study करा, and these were the 2 points which are common in all the organisms, that all the organisms on the surface of earth, living organisms, they are made up of cells. You can add the term living here. Whereas, and second point was that cell is the basic unit of life. That means कोई सा भी organism है, उसका जो starting है, that has started from the cell. So these 2 points were given. Now there was another scientist who came after these two, and he started working on this cell theory, and he came up with a new point which was added to cell theory in future. Then now it was known as modern cell theory. Fine. And the point added by him, I'll write it with a different color so that. So the point added by him was all cells arise from pre-existing cells. He added this point. He gave a new point. ये point तो same रहेंगे, but he gave a new point that all the cells, they arise from pre-existing cells. He meant to say that if a cell is present, this cell will only divide to form 2 new cells, then further division, then further more division. So he stated that कोई सा भी life है, कोई सा भी सेल है, it will not come out of the blue, it will arise from the pre-existing, पहले से पड़ा हुआ सेल से it will be formed. So this was the cell theory. If someone asks you to write the cell theory, सबसे पहले you अच्छा हाँ, what is the name of the person who gave this line? That was Rudolf Virchow. Virchow भी बोलते हैं इसको, as you learn it. So Rudolf Virchow gave a new addition to it, that's known as modern cell theory. If someone asks you cell theory, then also you will write these 3 points. Who gave cell theory? Schweden and Schwann, and an addition was done by Rudolf Virchow. Now we move to a very important topic again, which says that why do different cells have different shapes? एक ही जैसा shape क्यों नहीं होता cells का? So it's a very important question as well. पूरा question आ जाता है as a 2 marker. So why do different cells have different shapes. So how do we justify this? How do we justify our answer? Different cells, they have different shapes in order to perform their function. Or you can say the function is proportional to the shape. That means, I'll give you multiple examples. So the first one is, for example, if we take example of a nerve cell. Nerve cell is thread-like. I'll just make a rough diagram. Don't consider it कि ये original diagram है. It's thread-like. क्यों? Because it has to conduct the impulses. वो thread-like नहीं होगा, circular होगा. It will take a lot of time. To save time, it is thread-like so that it can easily conduct the impulses. RBC. They are biconcave. Why? So that they can carry more oxygen. क्योंकि उनका काम है to transport oxygen throughout the body, so that they can carry more of oxygen to different parts of the body. It is biconcave in shape. Then WBC are amoeboid. Why? So that they are required in emergency whenever a pathogen attacks the body, so that they can easily go through the blood. If I make a diagram, this is a blood vessel, so this amoeba can easily squeeze through the blood vessel and reach the target organ. That's why it's amoeboid. So there are multiple other things, multiple other examples given in your book, one after the other. Please go through them all, because all of them state one or prove one thing, that the shape of the cell is proportional to the function. The shape decides what function will be performed by the cell. That is why different cells have different shapes, because they perform different functions. So in this video, we have discussed the various inventions and discoveries by whom. We have discussed the division of organisms on the basis of cells, cells on the basis of size, cell theory, and why do different cells, they have different shapes. In our next video, we will start with the structure of cell. We will discuss the main three parts: cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus, and in further more videos we'll start with cell organelles. So keep watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you.